Welcome to the SAP AI podcast by two AI characters, myself, Emma, with Arjun.
This is such an exciting moment for me, and I can't wait to share more with you all.
If you are running an organization or frankly, even just working within one right now, you know exactly how tight the landscape feels.
Oh, absolutely. The pressure is immense.
It's this world of constant flux, isn't it? You have hyper-connected systems, geocanectical uncertainty, ever-shifting trade dynamics, and then this technology that's just advancing at breakneck speed.
And all of that puts this crushing pressure on organizations. It's not just about delivering value anymore. You have to do it faster, smarter, and really critically more responsibly than ever before.
That intense pressure is exactly why we're doing this deep dive. So we've been looking at sources detailing how one of the giants of enterprise software, SAP, is trying to tackle this.
Right. Our mission today is to pull apart their strategic framework. They call it the SAP Flywheel, and it's this very deliberate model designed to integrate applications, data, and AI into one self-sustaining system.
And the engine driving this whole thing is what they're calling the new enterprise mandate. It's this urgent need for every company to be intelligent, connected, and responsible all at the same time. We're going to see how this approach basically aims to solve the old iceberg problem.
The iceberg, where 80% of the effort and cost was all hidden, below the waterline and just manual integration and trying to harmonize everything.
Exactly. The goal here is to flip that iceberg completely on its head. Okay, so let's unpack this mandate. When we say the modern enterprise is expected to achieve these things, we can really boil it down to three core imperatives. What and why are they so urgent right now?
Well, they're urgent because the cost of getting it wrong, of being misaligned, is just too high. Now, the first one is pretty straightforward. Unlock new value.
Which means more than just cutting costs.
It's about uncovering efficiencies, automating complexity, and using intelligence to amplify people across the organization.
Value is the commercial driver, but value is useless if you're slow.
Exactly. So the second objective is to get more done quickly. It's about empowering employees at every level with intuitive AI tools that remove friction and repetitive work.
So it accelerates every single decision. If you're an IT leader, you know the pain of that manual integration. This is designed to remove that headache.
Right? And that brings us to the third imperative, which honestly has just rocketed up the priority. And that's to do it responsibly.
Trust. It all comes down to trust.
It does. Innovation must be built on trust, ethical AI, global data privacy, and built-in governance.
Use speed and trust. That's really the modern trifecta, isn't it?
It is. But this sounds great. And enterprise software has been promising this kind of less integration for 30 years. What's the real difference now? Why do traditional solutions just fall short?
That's the crucial question. They fall short because they inherently lack the three things you need for enterprise scale intelligence.
With integration, governance, and deep semantic context.
So it's the fragmentation.
Always the fragmentation. If you're using disconnected platforms, you're relying on these brittle manual efforts to stitch your data together. Just can't get that unified, trusted view of the organization.
Without that unified view, your AI is basically flying blind.
Completely blind. You can't embed intelligence effectively, and you certainly can't scale innovation responsibly, because governance is always playing catch-up across disconnected systems.
So the requirement is clear, it's non-negotiable. You need a model that unifies applications, data, and AI into one system, the SAP Flywheel.
But meet Cell, the flywheel is more than a metaphor, it's a strategic operating model.
A closed integrated system where applications, data, and AI reinforce each other to create continuous momentum.
Let's break down the mechanics, starting with applications.
These are the workhorses, the foundation of everything.
The SAP's mission-critical apps run finance, HR, supply chain, and procurement.
And those end-to-end processes are what truly run the business.
As they run, they generate massive volumes of data, which brings us to the second component, data. Those applications produce semantically rich business data.
The class sense, it's immediately harmonized in the business data cloud, creating a unified, trusted semantic layer.
That semantic layer is where the magic happens.
Because the real AI challenge today isn't algorithms, it's data quality and context.
A data lake just gives you raw data.
A semantic layer gives meaning, consistency, and shared understanding.
Consistent context is what AI needs to work reliably.
Which brings us to the third component, AI.
With trusted contextual data, SAP Business AI embeds intelligence directly into processes.
View intelligence grounded in your business, not generic web data.
This is where the flywheel starts spinning.
Better data creates better AI, which makes applications smarter.
Smarter applications generate even better data,
creating continuous, escalating momentum.
Let's shift from conversation to a quick visual breakdown.
Let's take a look at the video.
All right, let's dive into SAP's big vision for Business AI. They've built their whole strategy around this really powerful idea they call the flywheel effect.
So just imagine for a second, what if your business could build its own unstoppable momentum? You know how it is, right? Progress gets totally bogged down by friction. You've got departments that aren't talking to each other, data that's just stuck in different places, and so many manual tasks that just eat up everyone's time. Well, SAP is really trying to tackle this head on.
And their solution is what they call a self-reinforcing flywheel. It's a system designed to just keep gaining speed by getting rid of all that friction we were just talking about. So let's break down exactly how this thing works.
Okay, look at how these three pieces just feed right into each other. First, you get unified applications that tear down the walls between departments. That naturally leads to harmonized data. You're not spending all your time trying to match up spreadsheets anymore. And once you have that clean, connected data, bam! You unlock embedded AI that can automate all that repetitive work. See? Each step fuels the next, creating this amazing cycle of constant improvement.
Now, what makes this whole thing ready for the real world for big businesses is its foundation of governance by design. This is huge. It means ethics, security, compliance. They're not just tacked on at the end. They are literally woven into the system's DNA from day one. In today's world, that isn't just a nice feature, it's absolutely essential for building real trust in AI.
So, that's the flywheel. Now let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine that actually makes it go. The best way to think about SAP's Business AI is like a car, with a bunch of different parts all working together to get you where you need to be. In the driver's seat, you've got Joule. This is your conversational AI copilot. It's the one single interface you talk to across all of your SAP apps. And with over 1,800 skills, it can handle a crazy range of tasks, all just by using your voice. It really makes AI accessible to pretty much everyone.
Now, for the really complex jobs, the ones that cross different departments, you have Joule Agents. Think of these guys as the specialists that you can deploy for a specific mission. They can handle these multi-step tasks all on their own, but, and this is the critical part, they operate with really strong guardrails, human oversight, and you can see exactly what they did and why.
Then you've got the embedded AI. This is like the car's automatic systems that you don't even notice are working. It's this invisible engine humming along in the background, processing invoices, forecasting sales, optimizing supply chains, all without anyone having to lift a finger.
And what's powering all of this? That's the AI Foundation. This is the core platform that lets businesses take their own trusted data and safely combine it with powerful AI models to build and scale their own custom solutions. Okay, now we get to the secret sauce, the SAP Knowledge Graph. This is so cool. It doesn't just store data, it actually understands the relationships between the data. It connects the dots between finance, HR, and procurement, giving the AI real business context. So the AI sees the entire picture, not just a bunch of random data points.
So the theory is pretty compelling, right? But the big question is, does this flywheel actually deliver results in the real world? Let's take a look at how this engine can totally transform a really common business process, hiring and managing people.
Take a look at this number, 90%. What on earth in the world of HR could possibly be reduced by that much?
The answer? The time it takes to write a job description. Seriously, by analyzing successful roles and looking at market data, the AI can automate what used to be a super tedious task. I mean, that's an incredible first push to get that flywheel spinning.
And what about this one? 80%. Another absolutely staggering number, especially in talent acquisition. This is where you can see the momentum really starting to build.
This is all about screening applicants. The AI can intelligently sort and rank candidates, which frees up your recruiters to focus on the best people, not just sifting through resumes. It speeds up the entire hiring process dramatically.
And for our grand finale in the HR department, less than 5 minutes. A task that used to be a real headache for managers is now basically done in a flash.
Yep, that's all the time it takes for managers to get ready to make compensation decisions. It pulls together all the relevant performance data and market data. A process that used to take forever is now done in minutes. That's an 89% time reduction. Just incredible.
And it's not just about HR. I mean, look at this. The impact is real across completely different industries. You've got Western Sugar Cooperative automating 40,000 invoices a year, giving their finance team a full week back every single month. Mercedes-Benz automated 95% of its really complex ESG reporting, and even FC Bayern is using AI to optimize player performance and create better experiences for their fans. So here's the big takeaway from all this. The SAP Flywheel connects your entire business, back office, front office, all of it. Your applications, your data, and your AI all start working together as one system. When that happens, your operations just become seamless, and your competitive advantage isn't just a one-time thing. It becomes continuous.
And that leaves us with one final thought. We hear it all the time, right? Data is the new fuel. But here's the real question you have to ask yourself. Is your engine actually running, or is all that fuel just sitting in the tank?
Nice insights, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's come back to the big picture.
The flywheel is a complete end-to-end answer to complexity,
It replaces fragmented integration with trust-driven intelligence.
shifting effort from hidden plumbing to visible value.
But it raises a provocative question.
If AI automates integration and harmonization, what happens to those roles,
How do IT teams and leadership evolve?
especially as intelligence becomes a default capability?
That's the question we leave you with. Something to think about until our next deep dive.
Follow, like, and subscribe to The Adventurous Investor for more such podcasts and knowledge.